Aditya, stay on with us. We are going to leave it there and shift our focus to some news that we are tracking on the broadcast, where Baloch rebels. And in fact, the Baloch Liberation Army has claimed to kill 214 hostages and blamed Pakistan's stubbornness and avoidance of negotiations despite a 48-hour ultimatum. However, Pakistan, displaying its traditional stubbornness and military arrogance, not only avoided serious negotiations but also turned a blind eye to the ground realities, is what the BLA has said. They further stated that as a result of the stubbornness, all 214 hostages have been executed, the statement has claimed. The terrorist organization further claimed that they have always reacted as per the international law, but the stubbornness of Pakistan forced them to act this way. Aditya, still with us on the broadcast. Aditya, if what the BLA is claiming is true, that 214 hostages have been executed, this could now then lead to a significant escalation in the conflict.
Well, absolutely, Asavri. If you see, the BLA had, released this statement that the war is not over yet, and they have been consistently saying that, the Pakistani army is lying, and, all due to this callousness and, non-serious nature of the Pakistani army and its spy agency ISI, but the fighters of the Baloch Liberation Army have executed all these 214 hostages, and they are now, in the times to come, it is very expected that they will increase their activities against the Pakistani army because they have also got the backing of the Taliban in Afghanistan, and let us just put this into perspective that the Pakistani army has committed genocide. When it comes to Balochistan, they have been mercilessly killing many Balochis in the Balochistan area for quite some years, and they have committed some. The Pakistani army have committed some crimes in Balochistan, and now this is being boomeranged on Pakistani army, and even the Ministry of External Affairs had also hit out at Pakistan. When Pakistan accused Indian intelligence agencies of fomenting this hijack for supporting this train hijack that had happened in the Bolan province of Balochistan. They have the MEA dismissed it by saying that it is a normal tactic of Pakistan to shift to blame to other countries, because Pakistan, the Pakistani establishment is unable to control its, the domestic policies, the internal policies of the Pakistani government have failed, in preventing such attacks. So they're now shifting blame to other countries. So from now here on, it is very significant to note, whether this conflict between the Pakistani army and the BLA will escalate from here, or will the Pakistani army, heed to the demands of the Balochistan Liberation Army and release the political prisoners of who belong to Balochistan? Yes, Sabri.
Absolutely. In fact, joining us at this point of time is Major General Sudhakarji, defense expert. Sir, very good morning to you, and thank you so much for taking our time and speaking to us on NewsX. Of course, the latest statement there by the BLA, and the situation could potentially destabilize in an already volatile region, sir. What is your assessment, and what are your thoughts on this news that's just coming in?
Well, good morning, Asabri. Thank you, and compliments to NewsX for consistently covering a very important turn of event in the subcontinent. This can turn out to be a very ugly event and impact the global order. It has got that potential. So now, coming back to the question, destabilization, the news which has come, 214 odd hostages, they have been executed allegedly or claimed to have been executed by the BLA. I have been actually watching quite a few international channels. Nothing is available. This is a non-issue as far as the global media is concerned. As far as the regional media is concerned, Pakistan media is not playing up, giving out the accurate detail. And coming to the Indian media, it is going by the statements given by DGISPR. And but I have my own analysis. I'm carrying out an analysis of the BLAs, the existence of Balochistan uh, having become independent, thereafter coerced and forced to actually join Pakistan at gunpoint from 1948 onwards till date, and how insurgency has picked up momentum. Come 2006, it started in slow fire. 2012, same USA Congress, which has branded BLA as a terrorist organization in 2018 or 19. US Congress had actually had a very detailed debate and claimed that the BLA is nothing but sort of freedom fighters. They're there to liberate Balochistan. So look at the flip-flop which is happening. And thereafter, since 2021, I think, the momentum is built up, and 2023 onwards, the year 2024 has been very, very extremely disastrous and deadly as far as the terrorist attacks are concerned. Maximum numbers have taken place. And look at the Center for Research and Security Studies in 2024. This is the Pakistani establishment. Whatever figures they have given, 1166 incidents, 2546 fatalities, 2267 injuries, 685 military personnel who have been killed. All these have been contested by independent autonomous agencies at the global level. They say that all these figures are 4 times higher. They have downplayed, they have scaled down the figures. So from this you can well imagine what is the attitude and aptitude and the approach to the criticality Pakistan has been trying to nurture and harbor ever since it came into prominence, be it in the 70s or 80s. Winning the goodwill gesture of USA, followed by the Soviet Union, how the two superpowers, they were thrown out from Afghanistan, the graveyard of empire, and how the seeds of terrorism were sown in form of a proxy war against bigger nations, thinking that proxy war also can be applied against India. Now the same thing is going to play back and start biting Pakistan in a very serious manner. Coming straight and last point of your question is the destabilization. Asavri, as a student of geopolitics and security and strategy, it is my analysis and my conviction that unless Pakistan mends its ways, it is heading for. By the way, I am not an advocate of Pakistan breaking up into pieces. We would pray and hope like hell that Pakistan continues the way it is. But I have my fears. These are very substantive, tangible fears which are coming to my mind, and they are indicating and pointing towards not balkanization but independence of Balochistan, thereby leaving Pakistan with Hindustan and Punjab. And look at the northeast to southeast distance, around 1800 kilometers. The narrowest point is around 750 odd kilometers. After Balochistan is severed off, you can well imagine it is reduced to just about 350 kilometers from west to east, which can be actually by a non-linear operation. One can go across and touch or hug the Durand line. So this is the kind of, the threat which is actually compounding by the day against Pakistan and Pakistan armed forces. And along with this, I also wish to highlight that